Now we're just going to talk through a few other considerations that will help you support your clients in following through on these behavioral goals and being successful in their accomplishment. One thing that you might want to do, especially when the client is first getting ready to really push herself on some new behavior changes, some new behavioral goals, is to just talk to them about how they will engage in that inner monologue on times when maybe they don't achieve the goals. Remind your client not to be too hard on himself, to learn from the ups and downs of the process and to understand that, change is hard and it doesn't mean that they're a failure if they don't achieve the goal right off the bat. Certainly, this will be minimized, this concern, if you set a goal that was realistic, but at the same time, things happen, right? Life gets in the way. So help your client to really think about how to mentally respond if they don't achieve a goal at some point, right? So we have these examples, this is what I learned from this. If this happens, then I'm not going to do this. Or if this happens, it makes it harder for me to do that, and just not beat themselves up about it, but just recognize it. And okay, so how can I troubleshoot that the next time? Or just even, and that kind of leads to that second part. Next time, I'm going to do this. Or just to kind of really see it as part of a process. I'm on a journey. It's going to take time, but I am on my way to a healthier lifestyle. So reminding themselves that I'm moving forward. I'm not where I want to be yet. Maybe I need to adjust my goal, but, I'm on my way. So rather than focusing, this is kind of similar to the last idea from the SMART Plus goal, is rather than focusing on the negative, I screwed that up, it's focusing on the positive. I didn't add that orange today, but I did eat the piece of fruit on these 2 other days that I said I was going to. Something else that can be really helpful for clients is to determine a way that they're going to track their progress on that goal. Because sometimes it's like, I said I was going to do that 5 days this week. I know I did it Monday. Did I do it Tuesday? I think I did it Wednesday, right? So that's not very helpful. So now obviously this little sticker chart is most appropriate for youth clients. You may remember that I worked with kids quite a bit when I was in my public health position, but sometimes actually adults kind of like that stuff too. So you could use something similar, but it could just be like a simpler chart. As it says on here, a chart on your fridge. They could be journaling. They could just put it in their phone or their planner. It might be really simple. Like, okay, I said I'm going to eat 5 servings of fruit this week, and I have those 5 pieces of fruit I'm going to eat in the fruit bowl. So when the fruit bowl is empty, I know I met my goal. So lots of different ways that the client can do it, but just have them think about, how will I know if I did this or not? We've already set ones that were measurable and specific, but also how will I keep track so I know if I did it or not? During the session, you want to ask your client to verbalize the goal. Have them say it out loud. It enhances the ownership, and it also gives you a chance to kind of catch things. If it was like, oh wait, I thought we were saying this, but you're saying that, or maybe they forgot part of it or something like that. So have them say it out loud, and then also have them write it down. If for some reason it doesn't seem appropriate for the client to write it down, you could write it down for them. But in most cases, and certainly I would think that in any of the coaching sessions you're going to be doing for our class, your clients would be able to write it down themselves. You want to also ensure that the client can take that goal with them. So don't have them write it, on your notebook that you are keeping, have them, give them something that they can write on and take with them if they don't have their own, notebook or something with them. They could put it in their phone, right? I mean, it could be anyway, but just you want it to be written. That is a great reminder for them. And, you can certainly also encourage them by expressing your optimism for their success. And that will be something they think about every time they look at that goal when they have, heard that from you after writing it down. As a counselor, you do want to be flexible. So I focused on SMART Plus goals, and those really emphasize being specific. But there are some clients who prefer a little bit less structure. I always would encourage you to aim for the SMART Plus goals. That should, see, I shouldn't say should either. I'm not going to should on you. That would be where I would encourage you to start in basically every situation. But if you're getting a vibe from the client that that's not going to work, or if they kind of specifically say like, this is just, too much, I don't want to feel like so pinned down, fine. You can modify. Maybe they'll be ready for a more specific SMART Plus goal the next time. But, as always, your client is the expert. You are guiding them, so you want to guide them toward the SMART Plus goals whenever possible. But if that doesn't work, then you want to step back and say, okay, well, what is going to work for you? Okay, and I know that this little image focuses on the negative instead of the positive, but I just thought it was a nice reminder of, sort of which are the things that can most likely go wrong in goal setting, as one final reminder of, that you want to do the opposite, right? So don't have the clients engage in these kinds of goal setting behaviors, and you will be helping set them up for success.